Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to finish our first lesson of our book that we are working with, The Systematic Course in the Ancient Tantric Techniques of Yoga and Kriya by Swami Satyananda Saraswati. So if you recall, we are working through lesson 1 and it's typically split up into topics. The first topic was an introduction, the second topic was Jala Neti, which we didn't really discuss, but I have a blog post about it. If you're interested, read that. And then we moved into asanas, pre-meditative exercises, right? So we worked on loosening the joints of our ankles and our knees and our hips. And then we discussed a little bit about pranayama and breathing in the form of the yogic breathing, which is the 3-part yogic breath. And today we are finishing up our lesson by discussing the art and science of relaxation, and just adding that to the daily practice program that we have. I'm excited about this one because this one I feel is very heartfelt. This lesson that was shared by Swami Satyananda Saraswati. And it is many pages. So I've kind of just highlighted some areas and I wanted to read some of them to you and have a general discussion about them. One of the things that we're going to talk about now then is the art and science of relaxation, like how it's an art and how it's a science and how we can apply it to our life, because relaxation is essential in everyone's life. And by relaxation, Swami Satyananda means that a release of tension in both the mind and body for a period of time to allow complete rest and revitalization. He then goes on to talk a little bit about how it seems like people aren't really relaxing. If you think about it at night, do you simply close your eyes and go to sleep? Or do you often sit there thinking about what problems you have and how to solve them? And in your sleep, are you sleeping the whole night, or do you wake up sometimes disturbed? Things like that, right? For me, I kind of wrote about it in the blog above, about how during yoga classes I can see changes appearing on people's faces and how I want your life to be an expression of relaxation and joy. And so this is why, again, that I'm feeling so dedicated and committed to this particular topic, because it is this learning to relax is going to help you and me and everyone that we love, in so many ways, obviously. So he starts another topic by talking about the mechanics of tension. He says that the root cause of mental and physical tension is faulty thinking in relation to other people and to our surroundings. Our way of thinking does not harmonize with our external environment. This results in conflicts of interest between ourselves and other people. Our internal environment does not match our pattern of existence. In other words, we live in the same way that a fish would out of water, continually fighting our surroundings instead of merging and flowing with life. Consider life as a jigsaw puzzle. If each piece of the puzzle fits and is in the right position, then the picture is complete and in balance. But if some pieces don't fit, or if they belong to a different jigsaw puzzle, then there is no unity. It is the same with people in the world. When there is conflict with their outer surroundings, there is disharmony. Generally, there are few changes that an individual can make to the external environment, and so the change to bring harmony must come from the internal environment, namely one's attitude to life and other people. When you peacefully coexist with your surroundings and no longer separate yourself, then tension is removed. You begin to relax. I think that's lovely. I think when we think about it, some of the factors that prevent us from fitting in with our surroundings include things from within us, right? Fear, hatred, dislike, jealousy. These accumulate with us over time since birth, and they disrupt our interactions with others in some ways, right? So these remain mainly in our subconscious layers of our mind, but they have an enormous influence on our daily life. So if we can maybe work on our minds, right, with these fears and complexes and learn to relieve the tension that arises as a result of those things, then maybe we can manifest a different kind of life for ourselves, one where we're not drained of energy, right? One where we feel rested and calm and capable of facing our daily activities and experiences in life, right? He goes on quite a bit about talking about the physical manifestations of mental tension. He talks about, for example, how our body becomes weaker through tension. He says that it simultaneously becomes less and less able to face the onset of bacterial infection. I'm bringing this up because of the coronavirus, so just bear with me. When a body is strong and healthy, it has a very powerful autotherapeutic strength to resist bacteriological disease. This power is weakened in a body that is unhealthy or tension-ridden. The body becomes a target for the onset of disease. I don't believe, and belief again is a strong word, but I don't feel that just thinking positive will mean that we don't get sick. I don't think that way. But I do believe that if you remove most of these ailments, their prevention, a happy life, and a flight into higher consciousness is impossible unless we can start to give our mind-body complex a rest. I realize that that's easier said than done. To be permanently relaxed would take time and effort. In fact, a very high state of permanent relaxation is a very advanced state of yoga called samadhi, which automatically implies higher consciousness. We're not going to reach that today, but systematic relaxation for a few minutes when we feel tired can be easily carried out using the methods that Swami Satyananda has explained in his book. The tranquility that you'll gain will give you a new, more relaxed platform from which to continue your daily life, even if the sense of well-being only lasts for a few hours, right? So that's what we're working with here, guys. He then goes on to talk a little bit about the mechanics of relaxation techniques. One basic rule, by the way, of relaxation is to shut off thoughts on a conscious level about things that you have completed, right? So don't dwell or brood over problems. Your subconscious mind actually has great powers to solve problems without any need for the thought processes to be at a conscious level. When you have fed the necessary data into the mind about any particular topic, then just forget it. The mind will churn out the answer when it is required. Your conscious thinking and worrying about the problem in an effort to aid the process does not help. So have more trust, have more faith in the capabilities of your mind, right? So relaxation techniques start by taking your consciousness away from emotionally charged thoughts and directing it to activities that are emotionally neutral, such as the awareness of your breath. Let's take a deep breath, everybody. Inhale. And exhale through the mouth. So again, relaxation techniques start by taking your consciousness away from emotionally charged thoughts and directing it to activities that are emotionally neutral, such as the awareness of your breath or different parts of your body. It is almost impossible for anyone to remain or to become tense and angry when their attention is directed towards, say, their big toe, right? In this way, relaxation techniques stop the ceaseless and futile cycle of brooding on problems. Simultaneously, guys, the muscles are consciously relaxed. Most people, however, may find this a difficult process, but during yoga lessons, we'll get there because, let's think about it. During yoga lessons, people are told to relax, and though their bodies remain stiff and tense, they believe that they are fully relaxed. And it's only when, let's say, I come around and I lift their leg up or their arm up in Shavasana and they're super stiff that they realize, oh, I wasn't relaxed, right? So relaxation techniques require you to consciously order your muscles to relax. Over a period of time of practice, it should become possible. It just takes a little bit of time, right? We're learning this, right? We're learning how to immobilize our whole body, to actively practice relaxation techniques and systematically relax different parts of the body. And what happens when we do that? The muscles relax, something they probably very much need to be doing, right? So again, the first basic rule of relaxation is to shut off thoughts on a conscious level about things that you've already completed, that have already passed, right? And to now start focusing on things that are not emotionally charged, like focusing on our breath during yoga, focusing on particular body parts during yoga. That's what we are working with. The last few sections, he talks about mental programming. He says, now we have a problem. You have experienced calmness and have rested your body by performing the prescribed relaxation technique that the yoga teacher has taught you, right? And yet 10 minutes later, you meet someone who you intensely dislike, maybe on the street, and your tranquility and well-being immediately disappear. Adrenaline is released. You become your normal self, depressed, angry, aggressive, and uptight self. Your mind has been programmed to respond in that manner. You had no choice but to be angry when you happened to meet that person. Your brain is a computer and it has been conditioned since birth. You responded in the way that you did because of your mental programming. You are at the mercy of the way in your mind that your mind has been conditioned to act. The root cause of your chronic tension lies in your emotional reactions to people and situations around you. Again, things we can't control. And your reaction is determined by your conditioning. Is there no way out of this dilemma, anger, fear, etc.? He asks. The answer is to change the program in your brain so that you don't respond in a negative way when you meet a particular situation. However, this cannot be achieved overnight, but with patience it can be done. So in this subject that we intend to discuss, we are working and talking about practices for relaxation. It may seem surprising, but the first step in attaining deep relaxation through asanas is to tense the whole body. Oh my God, what? Yes. It is only after applying muscular tension to the entire body that you can subsequently allow your whole body to relax. Think of when you did a particularly hard day's physical work. Do you remember how easy it was to lie down on the bed and rest or sleep? This assumes, of course, that you did not over-exercise your body to make it ache at the end of the day. This is what we're working with. So, as you can see in the blog, I've posted the photos of Nakasana, boat pose, and the photo of Shavasana, corpse pose. I've also gone ahead and included the written directions that he has provided us so that you can read through them and work through them on your own, because it'll take me a long time to read them. And also, they're quite easy. You just lie down. But again, read through every single line if you can, please. And then just practice those 2 little poses. And just remember that basically Shavasana and Nakasana relax the whole physiological, psychological system. And remember that a relaxed mind allows you to see and relate to the world and the people around you in a more realistic light. It helps you to carry out your work more smoothly and attain more happiness in your mind and in your life, right? Because a tense mind automatically implies a tense body. And from this combination results the majority of diseases which inflict mankind. So Shavasana, by relaxing the mind-body complex, helps to relieve and prevent disease. Its benefits are, you can't even go there. It's just a lot. So I don't want you to just believe me when I say this about how effective these practices are. I want you to try them, please, and find out for yourself how you feel. All right, so good luck with the last section of our program. Remember, you have 3 different options for this program, for this lesson 1. Program 1 is 53 minutes. It also ends with Nakasana, boat pose, Shavasana, corpse pose, and the breathing, the yogic breath. Program 2 ends with it. And program 3 skips Shavasana. I don't know if you noticed that, but it does. It skips Shavasana because maybe you don't have much time to just lie down for 5 minutes. Although, doesn't that sound wonderful? Okay, that being said, I'm going to end this little podcast-like thing. Good luck. Please let me know how you're doing. Comment on the website or send me an email. If any of this makes any difference, I want to know how you are. All right, take care. Bye-bye.